Hey everybody, Kurt here with the Internet Time Machine, and I'm going to share with you 5 tips today on how to make your website more effective, attract more users, and convert more users either to your email list or to sales. Now, when we do consulting, we go to companies, and what we often see is that they've hired very professional outfits to make their websites with a lot of flash, a lot of animation, and then they send traffic to their website. They don't convert many sales, and they don't collect any information of the user that came to visit, so they have no way of contacting that person. So let's get right to the tips. The 5 things you can do right now to improve your website traffic and improve your conversions. Number 1, this thumbs up is going to be very, very important for the next few years. This is the Facebook like symbol, and you want to install it on your site. It's very easy to do at the very top of your home page. Because what that is when someone comes to your site and they think it's worthwhile and they like it, they click that button. And then on their Facebook profile, it shows up and says, hey, Barbara likes joesusedcars.com, and all her friends see that. There's another reason you want to do it as well. Facebook has announced they're going to launch their own search engine, and this is the only company in the world that has Google scared crapless. The reason is this: you go to Facebook and you hang out, you see what your friends are up to, you learn about stuff, you see what people are posting. You leave Facebook to go to Google, or now relevant.com, to do searches. What if Facebook came out with a great search engine that you could stay within Facebook and search, that mixed the mathematical algorithms of Google, but also worked in, say, a social proof type algorithm like Mashable and DigUse with like a thumbs up or I dig this? Well, that's what Facebook has announced they're going to do, and it will be a monster because it's going to cut down on Google's traffic. It's going to give you every reason just to stay on the Facebook domain to do your searches now. So you want to position well to have a lot of likes on your site, because Facebook has said their new search engine is going to incorporate the likes that you have on your site as well as the meta tags and the title tags and the things other search engines do. So number 1, add the thumbs up to your site right away. Number 2, add an opt-in box. For those of you that don't know, this is an area that someone can put their email in that you can collect. They willfully give you their email. What you want to do is put an opt-in box to collect their information. Remember, people usually don't buy until they see an ad or a product 6.5 times. If they come to your site once, check it out and leave, they're not coming back. You need to have some way to contact them, and the best you're going to do without getting personal information like a name, address, is to get their email. In order for someone to give you an email, you have to offer them a lot of value in return. You need to offer them a free report, 7 tips, a secret guide, a blueprint. You can be easily like the 5 things you need to know to hire a lawyer, what you need to look for in a used car, the 7 things to ask your dentist, something like that. They need to want to put their email in and give you their information so you can contact them later in order to get this value. So create some sort of report or blueprint or tip area that would be good for your industry. Number 3, the area above the fold in your website, it's the top half of your site that loads with the browser, is the most important piece of real estate you have on the internet. A user will decide in 3.3 seconds if they want to stay on your site and look around or move on to the next site. Above the fold, you need to have your opt-in box, which we just talked about, to collect an email, and you can even have graphics like a big arrow or something pointing to it. And number 2, don't use flash or a large graphic above the fold to take up a lot of space. Flash is nice and pretty, but it's distracting to the user. You need them to be focused on how you're solving their pain. Hopefully in your text writing, you need to figure out what is their pain, why are they there, what problem are you solving, why do they need you, otherwise known as leverage, and how do you solve it. Right there is what they need to read. Putting in a graphic animation, like a nice flash with stars and squiggly lines and zooming through the universe to your logo, distracts them. No flash above the fold. Number 4, it ties in with the opt-in box. Do not call your free information a newsletter. Do you know anyone that likes to read a newsletter? Unless it's maybe the Dallas Cowboys cheerleader newsletter? No. Newsletters are boring. You do them as part of work. You want to make sure yours is a tip, 7 tips, a blueprint, a swipe file, a secret file, a insider's guide to buying watermelons directly from the distributor, whatever people need to know, or insider's guide to how to import products from China. Someone wants to put their email and get this information. Get rid of the newsletter. Number 5, I'll say, is get your RSS feed button and your social media icons above the fold. Get them to the top of the page, because what happens is if a user stays for 3.3 seconds, scrolls all the way down, is reading your content, you're now asking them to do you a favor at the bottom by clicking a button. Kind of like an approval, disapproval. You want to get your social media and your RSS feeds up to the top so that someone can easily say, I like this, I want to retweet this, I want to dig it, I want to subscribe to the RSS feed. Here's another insider tip. Put a question next to your RSS feed. So have something like, do you like really great content every day? Click our RSS feed. Do you like information about what's going on in blueberry picking? Click the RSS feed. Do you know everything you need to know about the stock market? Sign up for our RSS feed. Something like that. Ask a question by your social media icons. The answer, since they can't talk to you through the computer, will be that they'll click the button and hopefully they'll subscribe to your RSS feed. And I'll even maybe throw in a bonus tip as well, is that above the fold, if you're going to put a graphic, say a big picture of a waterfall or a rock, or you're in, I'm just thinking of a holistic health site we just talked to, make sure you put writing on the graphic. Something that's going to encourage them to read it and put their email in. Because the first time someone comes to your website, your goal really isn't a sale. Your goal is to capture their email. And for what you do with an email, if you're brand new, is you set it up with a site like Aweber or Constant Contact or iContact, and you create an autoresponder sequence, meaning you write out 5 or 10 emails that talk about your product, maybe give more information, and whenever someone signs in their email to that box, you actually don't write them personally. They get put into a list, and when a new email hits that list, another company automatically sends them an email once a week or every few days saying, hey, here's some more information, here's some more. You're getting your 5 or 6 contacts in before they'll be comfortable buying from you. Because remember, someone will not buy from you unless they know, like, or trust you. That's just the way it is. Think of everywhere you shop, whether it be online, walking into a Best Buy or your local grocery market store. Why do you go to your local grocery store? I like them, I know them, or I trust them. Why don't you go to a grocery store you've never heard of, or maybe that looks a little shady? I don't know, like, or trust them. Will you buy online from Amazon? Yes, I like them and I trust them. Will you buy online from Bob's Shady Discount Army Jackets? I don't know. Is my credit card safe? I don't know them. So remember, you need to establish a know, like, or trust, and that's very hard to do when you're going for the sale right away. Autoresponders help them get to know you, like you, and as you give them more content, trust you. So I hope you enjoyed the tips. You can go to the internettimemachine.com for more information on not only setting up your website, but getting ideas for what markets and what niches you need to be getting into so that you have a growing list of buyers, but not a lot of suppliers. Enjoy!